So from 0 to 120, I tell people. So that's another exam room. That's the typical. And then here's our favorite room.
Oh, this looks like X-ray.
This is X-ray. And this is a very, very useful room. I mean, X-ray for everything. Bones, chest, you name it.
And you read those right here?
We read them right here. So basically, it's not like the old days where we fiddle around with dyes and chemicals and plastics. The X-ray gets taken and gets shot over directly to the computer.
Oh, wow.
Up in the nurse's station. Within 2 minutes, we have access to the X-ray. We read it and determine what we need to do from there.
Wow.
If there is a question, we can call our radiologist and send it to him. Within 10 minutes, we'll have an answer from him.
Well, high tech, definitely. Wow.
So everything's pretty much electronic, which is really nice.
Very nice. So has this been pretty popular, the X-ray room
Yes,
here?
it has, actually. It has. You know, people come in and they don't know whether they've got a
Right.
fracture or not. And, you know, the nice thing about X-ray is it's unlike CAT scan. It's very low radiation, and it gives you a lot of information.
Sure, you feel secure once you know
Right.
what the issue is.
Right. So you don't want to see our janitor's closet, do you?
We'll pass.
Okay.
Got it.
We believe you.
All right. This is our dirty utility room.
I want to see that too.
Well, the thing with this is that this is where we have an autoclave, which means this thing kills bacteria, for lack of a better.
Right.
Do you have a better explanation?
Sterilization.
Sterilization. There you go. There you go. Sterilization. It sterilizes our equipment. We haven't bought permanent equipment yet. We're just transitioning into permanent equipment, but once we get that, we have the equipment to sterilize it. We have a company that picks up all of our dirty needles and things like that. So this is where all that stuff goes. Okay. So we do let our staff take a break every now and then. And this is the kitchen. This is where we have lunch, dinner, etc.
All healthy food? Do they bring healthy food in? They eat pretty good?
Yes, sure.
Not send them over to me.
we got one of our receptionists, super nice lady. She cooks up a storm, but she makes all kinds of cakes. And, but they're awesome cakes. They're really,
they're
really
good.
good. Yeah, they are.
Hey, once in a while.
Yeah,
Why not?
sure.
Why not?
Oh, and that's where we actually have. We do our own laundry. We have gowns for patients. We started off with paper gowns initially.
Oh, right.
We still have some paper gowns, but we found that these are much more comfortable. And
Sure.
it's all about the patient.
That's right. That's right.
So you saw our dirty utility. You're going to see our clean utility. This is our clean utility. This is where we keep all of our all the equipment that we need for laceration repair, for splinting, for abscess drainage, for dressings, etc. If someone comes in and they smash their fingernail and there's a little blood collection underneath, we use this tool, for example. So, this is electric cautery, and we trephinate the nail and they get instant relief. So,
Very well equipped.
and let's see here. Then we keep our some of our equipment in here as well. This is for wheelchairs, etc. And then you get the exact same thing on this side as you did on the other side. Typical room for evaluation, except in different colors.
Well, I just can't get over how huge this is in here. From the outside, it doesn't look quite as large.
Well, the nice thing is that people don't have to wait in the waiting room. They come right in and they get prepared for evaluation, and it makes the process much quicker.
It's very well organized.
And this is the brains of our operation right here.
High tech, definitely.
So this is how we run the clinic. All of our we do electronic medical records, so we have easy access from home. When our PAs work, and they have a question, we can easily go online and interpret x-rays, interpret laboratory work if we need to.
Very nice.
If they have a question at all on anything, they can call us and we can review the chart and give them advice accordingly.
Oh.
And this is the bariatric chair that we were talking about. So this is really nice because in Rocky Hill and the surrounding areas, we have a lot of elderly people that are not able to get on those other chairs. So,
Higher, yeah.
so this is nice and low, and if we need to examine them a little higher, like I had an elderly gentleman yesterday that had gum bleeding, and he was not able to walk very well. We sat him down, brought him all the way up,
Boy, very accommodating.
and examined it. And it goes up and down. The other thing that
Okay.
we didn't mention yet is our laboratory. We actually do
So you draw
Blood work.
blood here too?
Yep, we-
X-rays, blood work?
x-rays, blood work, urine testing, urinalysis. If we need to, we do things like DOT physicals.
Oh.
So if there's a special way a certain specimen needs to be handled, we can do that. If there's a toxicology screen that needs to be sent, we can send it. Pretty much, we can pretty much do anything.
Wow, very amazing. So now, where do you send everything out to a different type of a lab?
A lot of
You
labs,
send this to?
there's some labs that we can actually do here. Actually, there's probably only one lab that does get done on a regular basis that we don't do here, and that's a blood count.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, the specialized labs like line titers, etc., we don't do here. But we do chemistries here. We do urinalysis here, streps, monos, pretty much everything else that's routine.
Well, I have to tell you, just from personal experience, my son had blood work done, and then within the next day, 24 hours, boom, we had the results.
Yep.
I don't get that from a regular doctor's office. I was absolutely amazed on how fast. The turnaround was unbelievable.
That's what we strive for. We try to
Very,
get it done
very
as quick as
impressive.
possible. Yesterday, I had a young lady that came in with some abdominal pain that I thought maybe due to a gallbladder. So I was able to draw lab work here. And this morning, we're going to send it for an ultrasound. We bypass the emergency department altogether.
Very nice.
So.
Unbelievable. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. So just chatting here a little bit, what's the difference between the flu from the common cold? I know that that's probably a big thing that you get. I saw that on your website. So if you could just tell people a little education about that. Because I'm not sure I really know the
The difference
difference.
between the common cold and the flu. In general, the common cold tends to be a lot milder than the flu. It tends to start off with like a sore throat and then mild congestion. Generally does not have a fever with it, and generally is more indolent than the flu. Indolent meaning slower onset, progressively worsening, and then getting better within a week or so. The flu, if it's really mild, can have very similar symptoms, but in general has what's the word I'm looking
That's
for?
all right. They'll
No,
edit
you're
it.
gonna laugh.
Don't worry. They'll
Let's
edit
go to the
it.
footage.
Has more severe symptoms. That's
Severe.
it. Generally has more severe symptoms.
Okay.
Usually is accompanied by fever, body aches, and depending on the person that gets the flu, it can develop into something even worse, like a pneumonia, especially in the elderly.